Hi guys, happy Sunday. As the weather's getting so warm outside in New York, we're just here trying to take in all that little bit of cold and prepare for the new, right? Can't wait for the heat. I am so down for heat. I'm a summer baby and I do love the heat. So I haven't got a chance to really introduce myself ever since my probably very first video. If you scroll down couples, but I'm going to tell you my fitness journey, because the only way to understand where somebody's coming from, where someone's going, is to understand where they're coming from. First things first, my Instagram is walking_gem1. I'm going to put it right in the video, also in the description box below. Just check it out. Okay, we do fitness, we do self-love, self-confidence. This page does strictly fitness. So guys, just want to say, I came from a long journey of self-love and self-growth. My name, as you all know on here, is Pretty Synergy Bay. Okay, I call myself Walking Gem on Instagram. I am 150 pounds, guys. I worked so hard for that body. I went from 130 to 150 over the years. I started doing my fitness in around 2020, ending of 2022, April. Well, around 2022 in April, and to now. I always wanted to be like have a little bit of weight. I was tired of being skinny. I was always known as skinny in high school. I was a high schooler who had a lot of acne breakouts, rough face. I was wondering how I got boys, how people like me. I was like, damn, my face looks like cookie, like a rough cake. Y'all know them rough Jamaican buns that you get at the Golden Crush? I was looking at my skin. I said, nah, how do I get these people? How? But anyways, I was very skinny. I was 100 pounds at, let's say, 17 to 20 years old, 100 pounds. And I could have considered that to be very anorexic. I had a lot of bones sticking out of me. And not to mention, I came from foster home. Yes, I went to a foster home back in 2012 because, my mom and dad could not afford to take care of us for longer. So it was 3 of my siblings. It's me, my sister, my brother. We were all taken to a foster home. We was in the same home for a little bit, and then we split it up over the time. From that time being, I learned to keep my head up, keep it above water, just do what I have to do. It wasn't perfect in all the homes, but the one thing I kept with me was the closest thing, God. I prayed a lot, and I always knew education was the key to get myself out of certain things, so I strived to the top. Let's say boiling into my high school year, I met with my boyfriend, and we were together for like a couple years, maybe 7-8 years, and broke up around April of 2020. Broke up around May of 2022, somewhere around there. Like, I was trying to get my degree in college, my bachelor's degree. I was finishing up a last class, and I had this one professor that would not pass me because of this essay. I missed my graduation mark. I was supposed to go to graduation, and it didn't happen. And but the thing is, I graduated. I had the degree. I went to the school, picked up the diploma, found a spot, and celebrated. But other than that, I started doing fitness ever since that breakup. I started focusing on my body more, myself. I always didn't want to be the skinny girl with no butt, no fit. You know what I mean? I didn't look like how I look today. I was very, very skinny. I'm going to show y'all in the next slide how skinny I was, or at the end of this video. But y'all, when you see it, you be like, this is the journey. Came a long way. I started focusing on the gym more, focusing on how to gain my body confidence, because I didn't feel so confident in myself, because I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. I didn't like to see a skinny girl in the mirror. I did not like to see a girl who had no fit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being skinny. Y'all could be who you want to be, as long as you're comfortable in your own skin. And it's not a decision that you regret later in life. Like that. So when I look in the mirror today and I'm like, yes, this is the girl I want to be. That was not the girl who I was. I have clear skin today. I started drinking more water. I started getting my facials. I started really like washing my skin more, going from washing my skin once a day to not washing my skin to washing my skin twice a day. I make it my habit. I make it my my responsibility to do these things. And today I could proudly say that I came a long way I put growth in front of me. I put my, you know, I prayed for some time. I'm not perfect with praying, but when I do pray, I believe that certain things came true. And I have to get more serious in praying, honestly. But the point is, I came a long way, and because of these things, these trials and tribulations I've been to, it made me a strong person today. You know, I can walk away from situations that no longer serve my purpose without feeling like, oh, I'm the wrong one, or I did something wrong. I have to sit there and beg somebody. If you don't want to be my friend, the door is there. If you don't want to be my boyfriend, my lover, the door is also there. I don't feel like I have to like force anything, or, you know what I'm saying, try to make people want to stay in my life. I don't care. You don't want to stay in my life, you can walk away. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am. I have dignity. I have respect. I have loyalty. And I don't have to prove that to the world because it's in me. The right people, friends, boyfriends, whoever you connect with, maybe professionals, they will see that value that somebody else could not see. It's okay. It happens. It's life. Suck it up and move forward. So at the end of the day, I'm so proud of the person I became today. It's been a long journey, but I did it. I did it with gratitude. I did it with grace. I did it with hope, optimism. I did it with dignity. And I kept my head high. Okay? And this is why it inspired me to do fitness on this channel, because I've been through all of these circumstances. And the gym is it was my home through it all. Not my friends, not my lovers, not my family. My family, yes, because I come home to them every day and they get advice. What I'm trying to say is mentally, the gym was my home. I can come in the gym, I can come out and feel that rise of chemicals from the gym that suited me at the moment. I always went to that gym and it became my rescue home. To the point where that's where I've been thriving. So, you know, everybody has to find their coping mechanisms and their way. You know, of course, I speak to therapists and stuff like that. It's not crazy to talk to a therapist. Therapy is actually encouraged too, because mental health has to be monitored. It's very important to watch your mental health, because over time you might not know how to deal with an emotion and it might overcrowd your ability to progress in life. So you have to find a way to get through dark times, find a way to get through feelings, get through things that emotions, things that is not easy to process. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. There was a point where I was so depressed, so stressed out from dealing with another breakup, and I was like, nah, this is my time. I need therapy. I sat there and I remember I was sitting in the kitchen and I talked to myself and I said, nah, I feel so lost, so confused, didn't know what nothing meant. Only felt like just being taken advantage. I'm just like, nah, I need to talk to somebody. And that's where I got my confidence back from as well, my strength, my resilience. If I could do it, I know a lot of you can do it too. You have to want it for yourself. And the thing is, when you want growth, nothing could absolutely stop you. It might be a hold, but nothing can stop you, okay? You will go for it because that's what you want. You want that for yourself. So you're going to push yourself to the max till you get it, okay? No matter how many trials and tribulations and failures you've overcome, you will get through and become that stronger person because of all these things that you've been through. So that's why it's very important to keep your head above water, to keep trying, keep doing what you have to do, because it's all going to pay back in the end. It's all going to make a purpose in your life. You will find a purpose out of everything. It's not going to just be me going to the gym. I have no life. I just go to the gym. It's going to be for your mental. It's going to be for your body, your confidence, your self-esteem, your growth. There's a bigger picture in everything you do. You don't do it just to do it. Why do I wake up early in the morning to go to work? Not just to go to work because I have to go to work. I go to work because I want to make money, yes, but I also want to elevate myself. I want to have a better life. I want better things for myself. Better, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everything in life has a purpose. And once you find that purpose, everything makes sense. It's not like you're just doing it against the clock. There's days you're going to feel like that, but that's not what reality is. Reality is I'm doing it for a purpose. I might be tired. I might not feel like getting up today. I might not feel like seeing these people today. I might not feel like doing this, but at the end of the day, it has a purpose. And that's the point where you feel like even though I'm feeling this way, I still see the other side of it. So it doesn't make me feel this way, and on top of it depressed, and on top of that not knowing what direction I'm going. So guys, thank you for listening to my story. If you all want to share your story, please feel free to comment below. I'll be open to listen to all your videos and your stories, because I know everyone have a story to tell, whether it's a good story or a bad story or in between. Everyone has a story to tell, whether you feel comfortable about telling it or whether you don't feel comfortable. You all have a story to tell. Don't be ashamed to tell your story, because at the end of the day, What first made you weaker made you stronger. Thank you guys. Happy Sunday.